Sends me to hell, I will simply not go. What will he do? Send me to hell? I'm already not going. The fuck?
Hello, good morning, BBs.
Good morning, BBs. It's too early.
It sure is, and that is a brand new wall.
It ain't finished yet. We're about to finish it right here on this very show, but first, we just want to welcome you to the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan.
And baby, it's beginning to look a lot like a studio in here.
It sure is. If you missed it, yesterday we did a 4-hour long live stream on our Patreon of us painting this wall. Basically just delirious with paint fumes.
Just lo-fi beats to paint to.
Yeah, we put on some copyright-free lo-fi, and we painted a wall for 4 hours. It was great.
Hey,
it was very fun.
Who's your 2021 Artist of the Year? Because mine is copyright-free lo-fi. Again, for the 4th year in a row.
Yeah, pretty much. But there's still tape on it right now.
Swear to God, if you
slap
slap me one more time, I will walk.
Do it. Unafraid. This back here still has tape on it, which is why it still looks like shit. And hopefully, under the tape, it will not look like shit. But we don't know yet.
You slap me, you slap the mic.
Deal with it.
You slap at the bass.
Deal with it. Can't be stopped.
Should we rip this tape?
We should rip this tape. So we left the tape up to reveal it with you all and show you the brand new It's Too Early wall. All right, yeah, let's close that door. And grab a piece. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Woo!
Mine was anticlimactic.
I thought you had it, sorry.
Mine was anticlimactic.
Oh, that's a nice line. What's this gonna be, a beautiful wall?
Ooh, baby.
All right, y'all. So yeah, I mean, are there some spots that paint dripped? Absolutely. Can you tell on camera? Probably not.
Yeah. Where are you going? There's no safe place.
Dagger doesn't like the noise.
My millennial dog is always looking for a safe space.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Your dog is not a millennial.
I think technically.
No,
No.
he's Gen Z.
No. Gen Z and my dog? It's more likely than you think. Oh, yeah.
Wow!
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding?
You can chat with them if you want while I pull the rest off.
This is lovely.
They can't hear us back here.
This is absolutely lovely. Now this does look, you know, we wanted to go for the same look that we had on the other wall, but we have a lot more space on this one. And look at this. Hey, just want to say, number one, thanks for hanging out with us every day and supporting the show. All of your donations, all of your Patreon money, all of your subscriptions, everything goes towards the network. And one of the things that we have to do, I mean, don't have to do, but we really want to do, is just make the show look better, sound better, be better. Every morning we look at ourselves in the mirror and we say, hey, fucking be better. And so all of your support helped to pay for this beautiful new wall. And look at that. It's gorgeous. The problem is Saige is too tall.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for her to hunch over and get all of this stuff off. The ridges are just visible enough to look like a spooky interference pattern. Oh. That's kind of on our vibe.
My nails, they're making it very hard.
Oh, do you want to swap?
Last piece you can see.
Let's swap.
You get that last piece. the last piece that can be seen on camera. There's little bordering stuff. That's a good looking freaking wall.
Great looking wall.
It makes me not want to put the couch back in because it's such a good wall.
I mean, it's a great wall.
Like, damn.
And
It deserves to be seen in all of its glory.
It do make for a nice clean backdrop.
Yeah, right? We are going to put shelves up one day.
Yeah.
The goal will be to have stuff back there.
Always the goal. Never a bride.
So, because of the, like, ridges in it, there's, like, just a little bit of paint dripping, but you can't see that on camera at all, so you wouldn't know it. Unless I told you, which I didn't. I would never tell you those kind of secrets. Our shame, I would not share. It looks so dang good. Great job, y'all. Thank you. We appreciate that very much. And thank you to everybody who sat with us while we did it. That was very cool of you. We got a bunch of new friends on Patreon. We'll be recording another bonus clip this week, of course. So be on the lookout for that if you are new to our Patreon. Well, it's amazing. Love the color combo. Thank you, Crashworth. How did you get those triangles to stay on the wall? We threw them very hard.
They're magnetic.
More than one shelves? We'll see, Chris. Fingers crossed. I do miss Anne.
It's looking pretty good.
Oh, and Auto Anatomy, thank you for the sweet, sweet support for the tape pulling. So appreciated. Okay, you did it. We don't have to get the ceiling. They can't even see it.
Okay.
I know how difficult that was. I'm proud of you.
Hey, thanks.
All right. We've still got a regular news day to get to. Do I need to scoot over?
Dang.
What do you need?
Frickin' dang, man.
Like
Frickin' ding dang dang it.
wow. You can really dance.
We love it.
We do love it. And we also love the news.
Here's some, well, we love a lot of the news. There's some news that we don't
We
love.
love the news as a whole. I'm not going to...
I enjoy the concept of news.
Yeah, on a high level, we love the news. That's why we do it.
Mm-hmm. Certain stories we're like, meh.
Yeah, of course. So you know what? Let's do it. Let's start with Cyberpunk.
So, there was a Cyberpunk stream, a developer stream.
They have those?
They just started doing them.
I meant developers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do, those poor people.
Mm-hmm.
They had a Cyberpunk
They're
developer stream where they were showing off the DLC for Cyberpunk, the free DLC that's coming, and the 1.3 patch. Now, if you were in this stream, I watched a little of it. Ooh, buddy, this is a real meh of a stream. Because here's the thing. They were like, you know what? We're going to release this first DLC for free. We obviously should.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They're fixing so many bugs. This 1.3 update has to fix so many bugs that the DLC is... There's not much DLC to the DLC.
The list is very funny to look at.
The DLC list includes 2 new jackets,
Ooh.
a new car, and an alternate skin for Johnny Silverhand. That's it. That's the DLC.
That's the DLC, baby. That's the whole DLC. They just...
Because they're still fixing this thing. One of the developers referred to working on this game while it's live as open heart surgery. That's where the developers are. They're like, this thing, we've got a literal dying patient on this bed, and we're trying to fix it while it's dying. So the bug fixes, I mean, there are a lot, and I was like, surely at this point, we're getting down into the nitty gritty. Most things must be fixed. No, some of my favorite things on this list. Number 1, you can't walk out of an elevator while it's closed and moving and into nothingness.
Oh, good.
Number 2, if you save a game and restore it while cars won't be stuck in the air.
Oh, good.
Like, these are the kinds of things they're still fixing.
You You can also use an elevator while carrying a body now.
That's great. They increased the number of slots for autosaves to 10, from 10 to 20, and from quick saves from 3 to 10, which is good because you need to use a lot of quick saves when you're playing Cyberpunk. Whoo!
Wow.
Yeah, so it's
Quest item tags from miscellaneous job items will now be removed after finishing the associated quest. That wasn't happening.
when you're done with the quest, we won't keep useless garbage. Like when you give a quest item to somebody during a quest, it'll go away now.
If you give a quest a muffin.
Yes, if you give a mouse a cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, there's also some balancing stuff. I mean, this is a 200 bullet point update.
It is.
And
it's big.
And they haven't even gotten to, content additions that make this game look the way they promised it was going to look, that make the game play the way they promised it was going to play.
No. I like this one under their gameplay fixes. V will no longer look down after using fast travel.
He's ashamed. V's ashamed of fast travel.
Okay.
So,
Fixed an issue where hacking a neutral target was counted towards the Christmas tree attack achievement.
Fellas, babies, boobies, please.
Fixed an issue that occurred after visiting the Nomad camp, resulting in being unable to use weapons in quick menu items.
I just... My people, my dudes, please. What are they? I mean, but what else can they do? They have to do it. They have to keep charging ahead on this.
But the thing I think they shouldn't have done is called the Two Jackets DLC.
Yeah, they should have said, "Hey, obviously we have big DLC coming.
Yep.
We're still mostly doing bug fixes. We're mostly making the game better, but we want to add some new stuff as we go along to say thank you."
Updates in on this.
Calling it a DLC is
You should not call that a DLC.
That's some 2007 DLC. That's some horse armor.
Yeah, it's horse armor.
That's some real ass horse armor.
Hey.
Hey.
Good.
Oh, I was gonna say, speaking of bugs and horse armor, I wanna talk about Skyrim in conjunction with this story, because we thought back in the day we thought of Skyrim as being very broken, and it is.
Sure.
And it's broken in that sort of charming Bethesda way.
Yes.
Hey, that lady's swimming through the sky.
We've got a whole new bar for broken.
It don't affect anything. She's just swimming through the sky.
Yeah, I mean, look, was my first copy of Skyrim the kind that had the glitch that was completely unfixable, where you would get to the tower and the dragon would never come, so you just couldn't play the rest of the game after about 45 minutes in? It was.
Oh, and that's the first four. You have to watch the unskippable opening, and then nothing happens.
Correct.
That's great. Speaking of that unskippable opening and bugs, I want to talk about a tweet. Now, I think this tweet might have since been deleted, because when I clicked on it, oh no, it didn't go. But there's a developer who has worked on Skyrim. He has most recently worked on Starfield. But now he's no longer with Bethesda, and he wanted to talk about the Skyrim intro and how hard game development is.
All right.
Basically, this intro just wasn't working. They couldn't figure out why. They were getting closer and closer to release, and the intro wasn't working. Now, we think of that cart as being on a track, but the cart isn't on a track. It's physically modeled in the world. Somebody is driving that cart. That person just drives that cart to the destination. Takes the same path every time because it's the best path to take.
Right.
Now, they had this bug where not every time, but a lot of the time, the cart would all of a sudden just fly into the sky. Just rocket ship into the air.
That's funny.
Just out of nowhere. And it wouldn't happen every time. And they couldn't figure out what was going on. And they were trying and trying and trying. It took weeks and weeks. They had tons of QA people on this. This is the big opening to Skyrim. and they figured out what it is. Do you know what it was, Saige?
What was it, Anthony?
Sometimes there was a bumblebee. And see, bumblebees aren't just these things that fly around, and they're not just aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to hit a bumblebee because remember, you can turn a bumblebee into ingredients. The cart knew that it had to move along this path. The bumblebee knew that it could not interact with the cart, but it was physically modeled. So every time the cart would hit a bumblebee, it didn't know what to do, and the physical laws would mean that the bumblebee, the sheer force of touching this bumblebee, would launch this wagon into the sky. A literal bug in the game. Game development is crazy hard.
I just want... Okay, hear me out, right?
Yeah.
You buy a game. It comes with 2 things you can download. The game, and then... Oops, all bugs.
Ugh.
And it's just a game where you can play through all of the ridiculous development bugs.
Please, like I've often said that I would be playing Cyberpunk more right now if it was the more broken 1.0.
Yeah.
Where cars would just drive up walls.
Yeah, leave the fun breaks and take out the stupid things that makes it impossible to play. Like, there are things that make Cyberpunk just impossible to play, and then there's cars flying and T-posing, and that's hilarious.
Yeah, leave that in. You should get every collector's edition of a game should come with a build of the game from 1 week before release.
Yeah.
From the final crunch week before Golden Master.
Yes.
That would be perfect.
I would love that.
It would be so good.
Ugh.
It'd be so good. Anyway, listen. As much as Cyberpunk is a disappointment, I do feel for those developers that are still working
Yes.
under some particularly tough conditions to make it better. And, you know, they're going to be assigned to this game for a long time. That's the heartbreaking thing.
It is. That's honestly the rough part.
Because have you ever been part of a project or had a job where you're like, I know that this business is going under. I know that this project is going to turn out horribly, but I have to stick it out. It's very demoralizing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel really bad for the people that are still on the project right now because they're trying to make it the best they can.
They absolutely are, and they haven't been given the time and resources to make the game, and now they're making it under this kind of like scrutiny that can't go away.
I think a lot of these larger publishers and publishers as they become larger are learning under promise, over deliver as opposed to the other one. You know what I mean? Like Cyberpunk was a lot of like, look at how crazy this world is going to be. And like none of it was running. They just were like, we can get it running.
We can get it to looking like the thing we're describing.
The vertical slice is a very important part of game demoing. And if you don't know what the vertical slice is like that 20-minute demo that you see at E3 where it's like, this is not representative of the final game, but this is what gameplay is going to look like, and they play through it in reality. And sometimes that vertical slice is all a company has that's working.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, when that's the case, that game is going to have a lot of problems.
Right. Or maybe even never be finished.
Yeah. So, you know, a lot of game developers are learning this. And I think CD Projekt Red has hopefully learned that lesson now.
I hope so too, because I'm going to be honest with you, I fucking love the Witcher games.
Yeah.
I do love me some Witcher.
There's this weird thing. It's this cognitive dissonance that's going on in my brain right now.
They're completely separate.
Yeah. No, CD Projekt Red sucks.
Yeah.
But the Witcher games are always good.
Yep.
And we love The Witcher.
Can't wait for The Witcher.
What?
Can't wait for the new season of The Witcher.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. They have nothing to do with the show. When I think about The Witcher, I get to think about The Witcher.
In other development news.
Yeah.
That's not so cool.
This is probably one of the biggest things that happened yesterday. Fortnite released a new game mode called Imposters.
Huh.
No.
Imposters mode, you say?
I know that you know immediately what comes to mind when you hear imposter.
Sure.
It's the thing that all of us have been like mentally trained to do by the last year in games. And of course, that's Among Us. Among Us is an independent game from an independent development studio and publisher. That's been the biggest thing in the fucking world for, God, a year and a half, for most of quarantine.
Yeah.
And Fortnite has done the thing that Fortnite does, where they copy the largest thing in the world with no permission.
Yeah, so let's run down Imposters mode. Imposters pits a maximum of 10 Fortnite players against each other as they attempt to figure out who among them are out to sabotage the rest of the group. Normal competitors are known as agents, and they work to complete a series of tasks across a large map, while the imposters do whatever they can to hinder the group's project or progress up to and including killing other players. Now, look, social deduction is not strictly the purview of Innersloth. They did not create the social deduction game. You know, Among Us is a digital version of Mafia or Werewolf. You know, these games have been around forever. Now, of course, other games have popped up that use similar mechanics. This is the way games work, right? We call them platformers, but back in the day, what you meant when you said platformer was Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
This is how game genres get made. Now, did they need to use all of the terminology?
No. So something that I found that said a lot was this tweet from Victoria Tran. Victoria Tran is the community manager. I believe that is still her title. She is the community director for Among Us and Innersloth. Said it would have been really, really cool to collab, just add indie hours. Like, game mechanics, fine. Those shouldn't be gate kept. But at the very least, even different themes or terminology would make things more interesting.
Like, did you really have to use, come on, for
Imposter mode? Imposter mode?
Who within, I mean, obviously Fortnite, the marketing team is like, look, we made this mode. It's obviously capitalizing on Among Us.
Right.
Look, Fortnite is known as a battle royale game. Fortnite did not come out as a battle royale game. Yeah. Fortnite saw PUBG and was like, oh shit, should we be a battle royale game? So this happens.
Yes.
But you know,
specifically, they do it a lot.
They do it a lot. But you know, like, you can wink at the fact, you know, you want to let your players know that you have a mode that's like Among Us. You can wink at that without literally taking every single term and every single mechanic.
Right. And the thing that we have to remember in this dynamic is that Among Us may have been the biggest game in the world for a moment, but this is an indie game up against Epic and Fortnite. Now, Epic and Fortnite do collabs all the fucking time. Fortnite is constantly collabing to be like, let's put Superman in Fortnite.
Yeah. He has a gun. Why not? DC was like, yeah, cool. We like Fortnite.
You could have hit up Innersloth. You could have collabed if you were like, oh, man, I really want the kids who play Fortnite to be able to play Among Us in Fortnite.
How nice would it have been if Epic Games, who literally is printing so much money every day.
Yep.
Not just from Fortnite anymore, not just from the Unreal Engine, which most large studios use, but also from their Epic Game Store. They're making money from every direction. How great would it have been if they had been like, you know what, we're going to put an imposter mode in Fortnite. They reach out to Innersloth, they reach out to Victoria, they reach out to the developers, and they go, how can we make this work together? Can we put an Among Us skin into Fortnite? Can we, you know, what can we do to kind of like, the amount of kickback they would have needed to give Innersloth would have been nothing.
Yeah,
and not only that, but the amount of money that they could have kicked back to Innersloth, honestly, if you think about it from a strategic business position, and we are a business show.
Of course.
I do have my street MBA. I know what I'm talking about. You give them a little bit of money from sales or whatever from an imposter mode, and maybe Innersloth doesn't have to work on Among Us so hard and can move on to another project, and then all of a sudden, you're the imposter game. And isn't that what you want?
That's the biggest thing you could possibly get out of this, my God.
Adriel Wallach, who is a dear friend of mine, we do the charity stream Choco Bowl every year for Doctors Without Borders. She's one of the lead Unity devs, and she tweeted out this very famous Nedroid comic along with a bunch of sad faces. I made this. You made this. I made this. With just a bunch of sad faces. They're a small team. We know most of them by name. You know?
It's heartbreaking. And Epic has a history of these. Fortnite has been known for taking creators' dances that were blowing up on TikTok and YouTube, particularly marginalized creators most of the time without any credit. Has been known for just repeatedly stealing from the little guys.
Do you know what a dancer's day rate is? It's not huge.
No.
A touring dancer with a major artist who is playing arenas might be getting like a $500 to $600 day rate with travel and expenses. Sometimes more if they've been around for a while.
Union will be higher.
Union will be a little higher, but like, do you know how little you would have to pay them to license that dance?
Money you wouldn't even think about. You could look at that dancer and say, hey, I'll give you $5,000 for your TikTok dance.
We will fly you out to North Carolina to the Epic office.
Oh, if they're doing that, they're going to give them $2,000. And they're going to say, yeah, okay.
We'll fly you out. We'll put you in a mocap suit. You can put it on social.
You can say you're in Fortnite.
What is Epic's fear of? And these are things that are like, they're not, sometimes involving the community gets legally fraught.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing legally fraught about that.
Yeah.
That's an easy one to do.
It's an easy one to do, and sure, their argument is that it's more than $0 spent, but for them, there's such a small difference between $0 and like $1,000 that they would give a creator.
It literally could be just a tiny bit of their marketing slush fund. They're like, every company has like a little bit of money put aside for experimental marketing and community marketing. Like, we can't really quantify what this is going to do, but if it pops, we'll know.
Yeah.
Paying one of these dancers a couple grand?
Oh my God. It's like, okay, for me, I've been doing this a lot lately. For me, the difference between zero money and 65 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it.
Yeah.
Okay? Right? Drop it in the tip jar at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
They hand you back. If they hand me back 50 cents, I'm dropping it in the tip jar.
Have you been thinking about this because we recently applied to monetize our YouTube channel?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the difference for them. It's those 50 cents they can just drop in the tip jar for them. It's the same amount of money in relative terms. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's very sad for the Among Us devs. You know, I don't play Among Us because it hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
But like, we are huge supporters of indie games here.
Yeah.
And this shit can't keep happening.
And it's not like Among Us. We're all very used to this. If you're a fan of indie games, you're used to these creative ideas trickling up, right?
Yes.
Oh, this is a cool, fun idea. That's the central point of this indie game, right? And then 3 years later, you're like, oh, that central point of this indie game is a mechanic in this AAA game. And that's fine. That happens.
Yep.
That's just ideas building off of ideas. Inner Sloth has had zero issues with all of the social deduction indie games that have come out.
Right.
And there have been a bunch that have come and gone. There was that one that was on that old-timey like cruise ship that everybody was playing for a while that had like a real Titanic like murder mystery vibes.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that? People were playing that for a while, but it's gone because people play Among Us.
Right.
So you let that happen. Nintendo didn't start suing everybody who made a platformer.
Right.
They were like, we know that we're making a good one.
Yeah, but if somebody made a platformer and was like, it's a Mario, they would be like, well, hold on.
Well, hold on. Just because the guy is jumping, that doesn't mean you name the guy a Mario.
That's a Mario.
It's a him. So anyway, this is not the greatest, and I know there are some, just like any large corporation, we know that there are a few people in there that are good eggs that are doing their best.
Yes.
I hope a couple of those good eggs notice and try to do something for Inner Sloth.
I hope so too. Also something that something already happened this morning. We got breaking news.
Beep, 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 beep.
That's the breaking news sound.
Yeah.
Well, the
Pokemon Direct, Pokemon Presents.
Pokemon Presents is the word I was looking for. The
Yeah.
Pokemon Presents happened. I think like right as we were starting the show, our time.
Yeah.
So let's go through it together. You know, we're live reporting.
Beep, 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 beep.
Reporting live from Pokemon.com.
You there, boy.
What did you see here? First thing up, we've got Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I am very excited about. Pre-orders starting on August 18th for that. What did we get actually here? Feels like we didn't get a lot of new information about it. We just got like a little teaser trailer.
Yep. Here we go. Here's some of it.
Etcha. I'm so excited for this fucking game.
Ugh. That's good looking. You know, I will say this. The Switch do seem to be straining against these open world Pokemon games.
Yeah?
When you look at just the environments and stuff, they're pretty sparse.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the poor Switch is just bursting at the seams with these open world Pokemon games.
Yeah.
But they're doing a great job with it. It looks beautiful.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I mean, it's gonna be lovely.
Babies!
Get in the ball. You live with me now.
That Pokemon scene that looks like a slice of life anime will be the death of me. I love it so much.
Yeah.
I love it so much. It's not available until January. That's so far away, but pre-orders do start today. So there's no reason to pre-order it. It's not like it's going to sell out. It's a digital game. That's not going to happen. And yet.
We do have a little bit more.
Oh, look at that town.
Now, we do know, of course, this one, this is a Pokemon game that's set in feudal Japan. So they did show a little bit of these
my
environments,
God.
and they are gorgeous.
Oh, it is.
I mean, I love it. I love it.
My God.
So here's the Galaxy team. Oh, Professor Laventon. Hello, Professor Laventon. Our good boy starters.
Wow.
God, how do you go any way but Rowlet with those three? You know? Rowlet's just such a perfect
Should I
boy.
ask you again? Can you go back? Sorry.
It's-
Banning somebody in chat.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Oh.
I mean, how do you not go Rowlet?
Remind me the name of that little clown on the right, though.
It's Slitters, Obigabop, Beaky Bop Bop. Cyndaquil, that's right. Cyndaquil's on the left. Oshawott is on the right.
Yeah, I know Cyndaquil, and I've always been a fire starter.
A twisted fire starter?
It was always burning.
Breathe with me.
I
just feel like if there's an owl wearing a bow tie, I can't go any other way. That owl is wearing a bow tie.
Is he a librarian?
He's a bit of a Blathers type.
Yeah.
And I do love that
Does
about
he keep
him.
a museum?
He do.
Can I bring him fossils?
If the animal is wearing a cute suit,
Cute suit.
that's where it is.
Yeah,
that's where
fair.
it is. And then Owlet's evolutions are fucking. They're so good. They're so good. We did get, of course, more news. It's not just about Arceus.
Anthony,
Yes.
name a game that I love.
Pokemon.
Name another game that I love.
That other Pokemon.
What's something that has kind of Pokemon vibes but isn't Pokemon that I love?
Ooblets.
Yes, it is. You got there, and I knew that you would. In this update about Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, there's a piece of text here on their website. It says, look forward to exciting super contest shows in which your Pokemon can dance to the rhythm of the music, show off a cool move, and aim for a successful show.
Oh my.
Or head to the Union Room, battle, and trade with other trainers. You can also change into your favorite fashions, with your partner Pokemon, and customize your capsule decoration.
Oh my. Now, see, this is what we're talking about. These are mechanics that are showing up in other things.
Yep.
They're being put into Pokemon, but they're not central to it.
Right. And they didn't say they can go to the dance barn in Oob.
Yeah, it's not a dance battle, it's a show. I do love I love the little chibi overworld. I know people
I love it. I love it.
Sort of we're sort of split on the chibi
Do people
overworld.
not dig it? Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah, some people like it better when it's the actual character model.
Interesting. Nah, I'm really into this.
I love it. Yeah, but arguably this wouldn't have happened if Ooblets wasn't a thing. Potentially, yeah.
Literally all week have been streaming Ooblets for the last 2 weeks, and the title I keep using is it's kind of like Pokemon but with dancing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Ooblets wouldn't exist without Pokemon or Animal Crossing,
Right.
and now these are sort of symbiotic games that are taking things from one another, but not whole cloth. There's a difference between this and
Yeah.
put stickers
This
on
is a
your
mechanic.
Pokeball.
If they made a whole nother Pokemon game and it was all about dance battling in a small town, all right.
Oh, the style shop, baby.
Oh, God, this is good.
And there's the super contest show, the cuteness contest.
And
And
it
it-
doesn't play like Ooblets.
No,
not
it's
a
more of
deck builder.
it's more of a rhythm game.
But it does make me so happy.
This is great.
God, that's good.
And then Alexeter64 says that the Pokemon dance show has been a thing previously. Great. So there you
Oh,
go.
God, I loved the mines in this game. I forgot how much I loved the mines in this game.
This is wonderful. This looks great.
Oh my God, I forgot about the mines.
You can't forget about the mines. What if there's a cave-in?
They were so fun.
There might be people trapped there. You can never forget about the mines.
Fuck, I can't wait for this game. I'm so excited.
Of course, this is coming November 19th. Very exciting. I think it looks great.
There's a new special Switch Lite.
Oh.
Hey, Nintendo website? Show us a fucking picture, you coward.
So apparently during this Pokemon Presents, they announced a fancy Switch Lite. It is the Dialga and Pachia version. I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say it.
I'm looking.
But while you're looking that up,
I've got it.
okay, metallic gray,
That's nice.
legendaries on the back.
It's
Okay,
not for me. I love the look of Switch Lights. I love Switch Lights just because I want to switch in a pretty little light pink.
mm-hmm.
This is fine for me.
It's fine. I haven't been as drawn to the special edition Switch Lights as I have to consoles in the past.
Honestly, I like the regular Switch Lights
Yeah.
so much.
I
It's
like-
hard to improve that nice shade of pink.
I like the back plate of the Animal Crossing Special Edition Switch because that has that Louis Vuitton thing that we were always talking
Yep.
about, where it's just like a subtle pattern. I like that. A lot of the Special Edition Switches have gone for like big etchings of characters. Like I know one of the most popular ones is that Dragon Quest Switch, and I just don't like the Dragon Quest Switch.
Yeah,
it's just a big sword and stuff. I don't know.
It's based off of a Nintendo DS Lite, which launched in the US and Japan around the time of Diamond and Pearl.
So that's cool. So
that's
they're
lovely. I like it so much more now.
Yeah, so they're going for that retro nostalgia vibe. If you had that DS when you originally got Diamond and Pearl, you can have a Switch
Lovely.
for it.
It's lovely that you can have a Switch for it now, should you choose to.
Should you choose to. There were also updates on things like Pokemon Unite, Pokemon EX Masters, things like that.
Go.
Pokemon Go. I've not been playing the Pokemon Unite. I know a bunch of people are into it.
I haven't started it yet.
I'm not a MOBA person usually, but I am willing. I am willing to give anything Pokemon a try. Here's some more of the Diamond and Pearl update.
Yes. hair.
Fluffy-haired gamer boy.
Look at his hair.
Fluffy-haired golden retriever gamer boy.
Yes.
It looks wonderful.
I'm so excited.
You know, I still haven't played through Sword and Shield. I don't have without having the intense childhood connection. Like, I love Pokemon. I love the designs of Pokemon. I have a bunch of
Pokemon more as a concept.
I like Pokemon as things and as
a
animals.
Fandom.
Yeah,
yeah.
I like them as creatures, and I like their designs. I played a lot of Pokemon Go, and when I went to Japan, I did a lot of Pokemon activities because they're adorable and fun.
But is it that you don't have as much of the nostalgia for Pokemon?
Yeah, because I missed the first couple because I was a little older, and I think I told you I went back recently and played Red, the original Red, and I was like, yeah, this is Let's Go Eevee. I get it,
What a weird way to look at it.
Yeah, well, when I played Let's Go Eevee, I was like, I know that this is Pokemon Red.
Right.
And then I went back and I played Red just to see it. And I if you follow me here on Twitch, if you watch my streams, I talked a lot about it. We talked about it here, how I do enjoy how at a time when RPGs were insanely mind-numbing for children and really really too mechanical, even for adults, Pokemon came in and was like, what if RPGs were just kind of like fun and respected the player and were just easy to get into? So I love that.
Pokemon is one of the franchises that I've cared about the longest. So there are a few things that get me as excited as Pokemon.
Yeah. I love the excitement around a new Pokemon thing because I love how much it's just a pure joyous thing. And everybody it's just so cute and everybody's just so happy.
Yeah.
Until like 3 months later when everybody inevitably complains about the latest Pokemon. But
I never get to that point. I never get to that point, and I'm proud to say that.
I think it's because you're one of those people that's like, I don't need to put 150 hours into this.
Yeah.
But I think for the people that are like, I expected to put 150 hours into this, sometimes they get to a point where they're like, I only put 75 hours into this, and now I'm mad.
And it's also one of those things, too, where, like a Star Wars fan, nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. I'm a Star Wars fan because I love Star Wars. I do. I love Star Wars. Even when a Star Wars movie is, like, Star Wars bad, I had a great time.
It's one of those things where the more you know about something, the more you have to sort of critique, right? And a lot of people, as they get to that point, they're like, well, 3 games ago they did this and it was slightly different in this way, and I wish they had brought that over. And like, you can build that stuff up, and I understand those kinds of fans.
I've played every Pokemon game except for X and Y and the Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu because I played the originals.
Yeah. I'll say this. It's worth playing the Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu just for the cute new Pokemon petting.
Yeah. I remember
and
when it came out, I just couldn't afford it.
Yeah, and just dressing them up in little suits.
Yeah, I just missed it because I just couldn't afford it.
Natasha J 97 in the live studio audience goes, "Oh, you're a fan, Saige? Then name all the stars."
Yeah, right.
So in other big, I want to go to some big sales and industry news while we're kind of talking about releases and things like that.
Let's do it.
First of all, I want to talk about Chivalry 2.
Okay.
Chivalry 2 has sold over 1 million copies in just 2 months. If you have not played Chivalry 2, that is the game where where you're a bunch of knights running at each other, and you can hit each other with anything on the battlefield, like bread or a cup. And there's a dedicated scream button, and it is very good.
Yeah.
I don't play a lot of like super online stuff.
Yeah.
I've messed around with Chivalry a little bit. The first one was very broken. This one is very good.
Ooh.
I absolutely love it. They have Torn Banner Studios and its publishing partners have announced that Chivalry 2 has sold over 1 million units worldwide across all platforms since releasing on June 8th. I mean, this is an indie success story, and we love that.
We love an indie success story.
This is the first million-selling unit for the game's publisher, Tripwire, and it's the developer's fastest-selling title ever. They just released a big update, the House Galencourt update, which is the first in a series of free content updates with 2 new maps, 3v3 gameplay mode for some close-up screaming. You can scream in each other's faces.
Yeah, sure. Get in there and press F to scream.
And then it brings back the arrow camera from the original Chivalry, which is great. So Chivalry is very Bravehearty. It's very it's based on medieval movie battle scenes. Being able to fire an arrow at an opposing team, and it's like there's a little GoPro attached to your medieval arrow. It's just like, ah!
Yeah.
It's so good.
It is very fun.
They also have a couple other numbers that they wanted to share. 1 million copies sold, 8 million hours of playtime, 420 million combatants killed in battle.
Wow.
People are playing it. 420 million. Blaze it.
Damn.
Love it. Love it. To date, the most popular subclass is the Officer. The most popular weapon is the single-edged sword with a knife-like hilt construction, the Messer. It's fun. You're doing that thing where you're like, I haven't tried it. Maybe I try it.
It's not.
You can dip in, do one match or 2 matches, be out in an hour and be like, I understand Chivalry, and that was fun.
I think that's the extent of it, because it's generally not a genre of game I'm particularly inclined towards, but I'd like to see some of the mechanics.
It's because it's heightened so much to the point where, you can grab bread off a table and peg a dude in the head with it.
I've seen we saw that. We showed a clip of that on the show a while back.
Very heightened and silly, which is why I like it.
Heightened and silly I can do.
Yeah. It do have a little bit of the violence, but I think it's handleable. Hey, by the way, I want to say everybody who's been following and donating everything, welcome, thank you. Welcome to all you new BBs. We do a little honor roll at the end.
We sure do.
Where we're going to shout you all out.
You're right.
So please stick around for that because we want to celebrate you.
We do. And we are in progress on our sugar breakfast goal. We have not hit it yet. It's not up here because I don't know how much it is. I have to do math after.
But we're getting there. But your donations are greatly, greatly appreciated.
So appreciated. And, of course, contributing towards that. It will be calculated in.
See, now that's good news, right? That's good news for a developer. That's like we've sold 1 million copies. Things are going great. We know that things are going great. Sometimes, on the very big end of this spectrum, the same news can be not so great.
It's true.
People Can Fly, the developers of Outriders, which had a huge launch, 3.5 million players. Outriders say that it hasn't earned any profits yet. They have not gotten any royalties as of yet. They were supposed to get their first royalty check on the 16th, their first payout. They did not receive one from Square Enix, which means that even though it had such a huge launch, the game is not yet profitable.
Ooh.
That's tricky. So 3.5 million unique players recorded in the first month, partly due to the Game Pass release, of course. But, there's a lot of costs that go into it. This is an online loot shooter. So, of course, they're still developing it. They're still working on it. Square Enix put a bunch of money into marketing of the game, into press for the game, all of that sort of stuff. So those are all costs that need to be factored in. The CEO of People Can Fly said, this probably means that in Square Enix's opinion, the Outriders game has not exceeded the break-even point. We don't have any sales figures. We estimate them to be between 2 and 3 million copies, and we assumed that this would make the project profitable already. The lack of payment from the publisher probably means that in Square Enix's opinion, this is not the case at all. This sounds like some very delicate politicking publicly to say, hey, are you hiding money from us?
Yeah, we're going to publicly say that we're hurting, right?
The CEO,
we are, right?
I mean, it seems, according to Square Enix, that there is no money yet from their point of view. Anyway, I'll just put this single lump of coal that I have at my desk that I saved for a special occasion into the oven to warm me, and perhaps Mr. Scrooge won't mind.
right?
Somebody AZCA in the live studio audience says, sounds like how Men in Black has never made any money. There's a lot of creative accounting in the media business, particularly in Hollywood.
I don't know about the Men in Black story.
Men in Black was shown not to be profitable at all. Sony is very good at that. Sony Pictures is very good at being like, but Sony also is known for overspending on reshoots and marketing. So Sony overspends and then also creatively accounts. There's a lot. Square has a history of sort of being non-communicative with developers who work for them, particularly Western developers. They tend to think of them as contractors and a little bit more as outsiders, which is fair. They are. But speaking as somebody who always works as a freelancer and a contractor and an outsider.
Same.
Pay me. Pay me, please. The lack of royalty payments could be due to elements of Square Enix's sales agreements and appeared to point to its day one deal for Xbox Game Pass as one possible explanation. It could be that the Xbox Game Pass deals that were being given out were not as profitable as developers initially thought or publishers initially thought, or Square Enix under negotiated their Game Pass deal per copy, and so wound up actually taking a loss on it. They do think that the CEO did go on to say, like, hey, we're very confident that this means that next quarter, in our second quarter, we will be receiving a royalty payment because sales and player numbers have still been extremely good.
I hope so.
Square Enix has said in the past, the Game Pass deal has been justified in terms of player acquisition and digital sales. Now, what that means is that so Xbox is using Game Pass as a loss leader, right? Pay us $15 a month, get into our ecosystem.
We'll buy up a bunch of games for it.
And then you're locked in.
Yep.
And then by the time, you're looking to leave, maybe you can't leave because all of your games are Game Pass, or you just feel comfortable here, or you begin to like our platform. So they're using it as a loss leader. It sounds like Square Enix has decided to use it as a loss leader on top of a loss leader and be like, well, maybe we'll get this game on Game Pass. We'll take a little bit less so Microsoft promotes the game more, gets it into people's heads, and we'll take a loss on it. Saying we'll take a loss on it.
And now it would appear that is clearly not only affecting.
Right, and then passing that on to people can fly. So, the other thing that is important, though, is if you're not going to launch this game free to play, and Square does have a point with this, it's a loot shooter. It's an online loot shooter. If you don't go big at your launch, your game will die.
I agree, especially in the current climate. I don't think that that's always been the case, but I definitely think that it is right now.
Yeah, so I think like maybe in their opinion they were like, and they didn't communicate this properly to people can fly, but it's like, hey, if we can get a few million people in this thing while it's free, maybe we can start selling this DLC, start selling these add-ons, and then when we pull it off Game Pass, people will buy it to stay involved with it.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. It's a lot of weirdness right now with this business model. It's great for the end user.
Yeah.
Right now. And
get in while it still is.
Yeah.
I want to talk about
Yes.
another piece of news surrounding an indie game. We, on Monday, discussed Boyfriend Dungeon and some of the backlash it had received for not having an adequate warning about some of the content within the game. But here's something that's not okay. The actor who plays the villain of the game, the one who people had an issue with, has been receiving a bunch of hate messages over his character. So, he put out a tweet that said, "Hey, I can't believe I have to address this, but please don't send me hate messages about my character in Boyfriend Dungeon. I know he sucks, but I'm just his voice actor. Please be respectful." saying it reflects poorly on me to play a character like this is so confusing. There are bad people out there. I don't support what these kind of people are doing, saying, or thinking. It is just acting, y'all.
Do we think Adam Driver is Kylo Ren?
Man, I would love to support Adam Driver, but I can't.
But we
after
can't
he,
because he gaslit that woman in space
and took over the galaxy.
Yeah, if Adam Driver wasn't such a gaslighter of women in space, this is so weird. But this is something that we see with particular fandoms, and I have noticed dating sims and visual novels have these sort of fans, and I don't know if it's that they're younger fans or incredibly invested fans, or that their fans were just like their characters that they love and their ships and whatever seem very real to them. But I have people will get a lot of backlash. The Dream Daddy team got a lot of backlash for things that the characters said that were just in character.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it happens where they're just like, I can't believe he would say this. And you made him say this. Like, it's a bad character.
I made him say everything he said. It's made up.
It's a bad character.
It's made up. Stop it. It's all made up. People were talking in chat about Jack Gleason. I didn't know that he quit acting after Game of Thrones.
Yeah, because he was getting shit in public about being Joffrey, and he was getting shit on social media. People would be
awful.
And I think a lot of people in that case were just like, we're goofing. But it sucks to have
a lot of people weren't. People fucking hated Joffrey with a visceral passion.
And part of that is because Jack Gleason was a good fucking actor for being such a young kid. You believed Joffrey. And for people to be picking on this kid, even if half of them were joking, to have half of the world joking and calling you terrible, that's not funny anymore. That's not funny anymore. You know?
Right. No, absolutely not. So, hey, don't be mean to Alexander Gross. He's just a voice actor.
He's just a voice actor.
Doing his goddamn job.
He's a voice actor and streamer made good. Yeah, what's his name? Tom, I forget.
Hiddleston?
No, Malfoy.
Oh,
he quit for a while too before, he took years off before he came back as a villain on The Flash, because he was just like, I'm so tired of being called Draco.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of people yelling at me in public. And even if you're joking, even if you're like, hey, fuck you, Draco.
Who wants to go in public and have people following them saying, fuck you?
Yeah. Friend of the show, Will Wheaton, had to stop acting for a very long time.
Wow.
Because people hated Wesley Crusher.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. As a kid who was watching Star Trek, I fucking loved Wesley Crusher. A lot of people have compared Wesley Crusher to Jar Jar. I don't think it's that much.
And
but Wesley Crusher was the character that was inserted to be the brilliant child, so kids liked Star Trek.
Right.
And adults hated that.
Tom Felton.
There
we go.
Yeah, shut up, Wesley was something that people said to him daily on Twitter. No matter what he said, people would be like, shut up, Wesley. Even if you're joking, I don't want to hear 10,000 people telling me to shut up every day, even if they're kidding. That sucks.
Yeah, you're not in on the joke. It doesn't make you special. It's not cute. Your favorite villain's still not gonna fuck you. Stop doing it.
He's not on. Will is not on Twitter anymore because he was so tired. Even with a block on it, he was just like, I'm so tired of people working their way around this block to tell me to shut up.
Right. Get over it. Grow up.
Grow up.
Grow up.
So, in further news about, hey, just because you don't like something or someone doesn't mean you got to get, hey, you just don't like the thing. Don't take any action about not liking the thing.
This one's rough.
This one's really, really rough. We've talked about Amouranth before. Amouranth is a very popular streamer on this platform, one of the most popular streamers on this platform. And a lot of people don't like Amaranth's way of doing things. Right? She's the person that popularized the hot tub stream. She popularized the microphone licking stream.
Yep.
She's
done some weird ass shit.
She's done some weird ass shit. She is a woman who was like, I am going to use my sexuality on this platform.
Yes.
And that is the type of entertainer I am.
And that's okay.
And that's
it's super
okay.
easy to not watch Amouranth. I do it every day.
All you do is just not watch Amouranth.
Every day I don't watch Amaranth.
But
I make that choice every day.
But the number of
So
people that decide to actively watch and hate and grief this person, Mfire114 in the live studio audience saying something, a point that we brought up before. Interesting way of rebelling and testing the guidelines of Twitch. That's what she does. I don't watch her streams. I don't like her streams. But what I do like is that she is going to poke a loophole. She's going to find the loophole in every rule you have until Twitch makes an actual code of conduct.
Hey, Twitch, tell us what the rules are instead of just telling people they broke them.
Well, but sometimes not good, but sometimes good. No. Codify it.
Apply them evenly.
They're
to
your
all
rules.
Genders.
Codify it. Apply it equally.
Tell us what the fucking rules are.
Figure it out. She's literally, that's right. Flannel Fries is saying it's literally the scientific method.
Yep.
She's sort of like a scantily clad scientific method.
Sure, great.
Great
Good
for
you.
her.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't give a shit. Twitch absolutely do better. So she said previously in the past that she gets swatted sometimes multiple times a week.
This is a thing that big streamers sometimes have to do, where they get swatted multiple times a week. The police have their address on file, and before swatting you, before actually kicking down your door, after getting a, these are people that are saying, hey, there's an active shooter.
Yeah.
Or there's a bomb in this building.
Right.
This is terrifying. It happens to these people so often that they will call up their local police departments and be like, okay, before you come into this address, give me a call and I'll verify whether there's trouble.
Exactly.
And so she has that going on now. You'll watch people's streams and they'll be like, sorry, everybody, it's the cops. I got to go for 2 minutes.
Right. She's somebody who has to have security and guard dogs on the premises because people hate her so fucking much for no reason. The newest update, unfortunately, is that it would appear that somebody tried to burn her fucking house down. They said right now it is strongly suspected to be arson. She said she is okay and her animals are okay. It was last Friday. Said in a Twitter thread that her house caught fire. Everybody got out okay, but Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. Yeah. It's rough. It's rough. She says, hey, if you're a streamer, I cannot stress this enough. Set up a safe word or password with your local police so they can know when it's a real threat or to move. Can you imagine that having to be your day? Hey, just don't turn your sexual frustration into violence. It couldn't be easier. It couldn't be easier to not turn your sexual frustration into violence. Sorry you're confused by the fact that you find Lady Online hot and also that she make money. Sorry.
Yeah. It's wild. This is really, really saddening. This is hard. And as a woman on the platform, when any woman is in danger on the platform, we all are. Quite simply. And it's a bummer. Right now we're also in the center of these low-level threats of these hate raids and things that are happening. It's just it's easy to feel defeated as a woman on the platform that there's no right answer to being here.
Back in 2015 or back earlier than 2015, back in 2012, 2013, when the Gamergate thing started, I watched so many wonderful people get pushed out of this industry, get broken, get PTSD to the point where they can't do the thing they used to love anymore. And it fucking sucks. They're just people making stuff. And there are so many people making things. You could just focus on the people who make the things you like and leave everybody else alone. It's so easy to just have them not exist in your world. It sucks that it sucks that people have to worry on a platform like this. And I've watched you do it. I've watched every woman I've ever worked with do it. I've watched every person of color I've ever worked with do it. I've watched every LGBT person I've ever worked with do it. Even I've occasionally had to do it, but not anywhere near.
Right.
Not anywhere near daily.
I can't tell you how frequently I show a message to Anthony that's just this like real moment that you have to have of troll or threat. Am I annoyed or am I in danger?
And
quite simply.
It's one of those things where like I can be like, just block it. But the people who get credible or constant threats, which are a lot of people, they can't block it, because if that person turns out to be a credible threat and you blocked it, that means you don't have any proof. Because when you call law enforcement and you say somebody is harassing me, they go, show us.
Yep.
And if you blocked them, what can you do?
Right.
And so you have to, and so the way this is set up right now is you have to let these people in a certain amount. You have to make a safe word with your police.
That's ridiculous.
Because this is the reality for a lot of people. And it sucks. And it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. So I guess if you can take anything away from this, support marginalized creators on the platform when you are able to. There are multiple ways to support, but one of them is simply with kindness to balance out all of the absolute bullshit that we go through here.
Yeah.
So
it sucks to have to let people have to let so much into their lives just to do a simple, silly thing that's fun. She literally sits on an inflatable banana in a hot tub and hangs out. And has to have a safe word with her police. Come on.
Has to have a safe word with her police.
Come on.
For that.
Just don't fucking watch it.
Hey, I figured out where our dono goal is at.
Hey.
We got it.
We did it.
We're there. That's including today's donation.
Hey, let's do a little palate cleanser.
I would love a palate cleanser.
Let's do a little palate cleanser.
Oh, thank goodness.
Let's talk about the very good thing that happened yesterday. You know the very good thing that happened yesterday. I do know the very good thing that happened yesterday. You know the very good thing.
I didn't tweet about it because I don't want to engage with Star Wars Twitter.
That's speaking as somebody who is occasionally a representative of Star Wars. I hate that for you, and I'm sad about it.
Yeah, you know I can't.
But I do want to talk about this. Star Wars Visions. 7 different anime studios working on original Star Wars short stories. We've got Studio Trigger. Ooh, baby, Studio Trigger. Studio Trigger. That's one of my favorite studios. They're making two shorts. And it looks like one of their shorts is about twins who are force sensitive. One's light, one's dark, and they're dueling. I love this. They have Production IG is up in here. Kamikaze Doga, the fucking JoJo studio, is making a Star War?
That's amazing.
Come on. Come on. This is something that I know that the worldwide development team has been working on for a very, very long time. And to have it come into fruition with really such fucking luminaries of the anime world is absolutely wild. Now you'll notice something that's really fun is it's called Star Wars Visions Trailer English Dub. They were allowed to create these and animate them and voice act them entirely in Japanese.
Yeah.
That was first, and then they translated it over. Very exciting. Very exciting.
Holy fucking shit, this looks so good. Oh my god. I watched that trailer and then it's... What do you mean we have no audio? No way.
No, Zamino has no
okay,
audio.
You have no audio. Okay, I was like, y'all, I watched that trailer and immediately finished it and just clicked replay.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just as soon as it got done.
Oh, yeah. Man, it's so good. And to find out that Trigger is doing two of the shorts.
Wait, remind me the date?
September 22nd.
That's pretty soon. Also scary that that is that soon, but I cannot wait for this. I'm so excited.
It makes so much sense. so much of Star Wars was obviously based on Kurosawa, samurai films.
Yeah.
All of this stuff. That's why it works so well as a Western. That's why The Mandalorian works, is because these are based on these sort of Eastern story themes. And it's lovely to see Star Wars work with these Eastern studios that speak this language natively, not Japanese, but the language of these stories. You mean the studio of such hits as Little Witch Academia? Oh, yes. Oh, were we talking about the studio behind Kill la Kill? Are we talking about the studio behind Promare? Are we talking about one of Anthony Carboni's favorite anime studios of all time? Making two? And when I saw Kamikaze Doga, I was like, are you a JoJo fan? Because fucking get ready.
Right?
Fucking get ready.
Wow.
There's a lot of great media coming soon. A lot of good things. Let's do a rapid fire of all the good things coming to the world soon.
Do we have time? Okay.
Let's do a couple things. Number 1, Fast and Furious 10.
Well.
Number 1, Fast and Furious 10, April 2023. The family's back. It's about family. They went to space. Where will they go next? It better be dinosaurs or I will lose my mind.
They do have the rights to that.
It better be fucking dinosaurs.
Of course they're doing a 10th one. Of course they are.
Of course
obviously.
they are. Another huge thing for me.
Adventure Time is getting a series order at HBO Max for Fiona and Cake.
Full series. Now, HBO Max has been doing Adventure Time miniseries and movies for the last few years. Because, of course, the main story of Adventure Time is over. Penn has said that. All of the creators have said that. But Fiona and Cake.
Fiona and Cake.
Fiona and Cake.
That's very exciting.
And look, there's Simon. Ooh. That is happening. Adam Muto, the showrunner, who became the showrunner of Adventure Time after Penn Ward left, will be the showrunner and executive producer on Fiona and Cake. So that's very exciting. It says Fiona and Cake, with the help of the former Ice King, Simon Petrikov, will embark on a multiverse-hopping adventure and journey of self-discovery. All the while, a new powerful antagonist is determined to track them down and erase them from existence.
Hell yeah. I've got one more piece.
One more piece
of good news of things being created.
And this one's so good.
A Bob Ross documentary called Happy Accidents, Betrayal, and Greed.
What?
What?
In my Bob Ross?
I'm sorry. Fucking what? What is that title for a Bob Ross documentary? This is going to be a Netflix documentary, of course, surrounding the happy little trees you all know and love.
What is the secret behind Bob Ross?
I want to know.
Spill that Bob Ross tea.
There's essentially nothing else that we know about it, of what the actual subject matter is. However, it's coming out very soon. The release date is August 25th. Ooh. So we're like a week away.
Yeah. H. Acosta 7192 in the live studio audience says it's all in the hair. Hair is full of secrets.
You're right. Also, matriarch said, spilling the tree.
Ooh, nice. I like that.
Love that.
I like that.
And that's a very good piece of news. I'm very much looking forward to it. Maybe after it comes out, we'll watch it and we'll talk about it on Patreon. Who knows? There's a lot of stuff we didn't get to today. So you got Patreon clips coming, BBs. Probably not today, probably on Friday. We love you. We love you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for rejoining us after we had to go down and come up. We appreciate it very much. Hey, we want to thank everybody who showed us some support during the show. We got a lot of new BBs today. We did. Thank you for joining us. We want to give out a little roll call. Here we go. We've got Technoblade 058 and John Keithers. Thank you for the follow. Kurt with the generous $30 donation. Thank you so much. Kaylin Rohr with the gift sub to Mfire114. And so many new followers. Play Games Patty, Thed81, Vic Sendros, Sick Dimension, Graffiti Rip, Pablo DePew, Levi Dor, J Dello25, Zayef, Cam the DJ, Kishore Hari. What's up, Kish? Are you still here? What's up, buddy? Zoink234, Rock Strongo, Funny Squad 22,
Pixie Hippie, thank you for the follow. Auto Anatomy with the $10 dono. I'm just here for the tape pulling. Man, let me tell you something. We went full ASMR there for a moment, and I loved every second of it. Disman Ricky, NCT98, Ollie Maitland, RMC444, and X Papa Bear XX. Thank you so much for the follow. So many new BBs, and hey, we love a sub.
We do.
We love a dono. We love a follow. Hey, maybe
it helps us to make this show. It helps us to buy paint for walls.
Maybe you've already followed.
Yeah.
Maybe you already sub. Maybe you know, money is weird and hard. You don't have money to sub, you don't have money to donate, or you're not interested in it. That's fine too.
That's perfectly okay.
The best thing you can do is just come watch the show like you're doing.
We do it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific, so showing up, that's number one.
Number
That's
one.
top way. Other things that you can do, you can make a clip. You can share a clip on your social media. You can share it with a friend even directly that you think would like the show. Make a GIF or something. Do something weird. It's cool. It lets us know you're enjoying it, and it helps us so very much.
Word of mouth is the best thing a small channel can have, and you BBs are doing such a great job at letting people know that this show exists and that you are loving it, and that it blows my mind every day. It blows my mind every day. Hey, if you want to get more involved, there are ways to do that. You can join the Discord. It's a great place to hang out, talk about everything we've got going on here on the network. You can also submit stories, and we'll shout you out when we use them on the show. I will also remind you, because people have asked in the past, sometimes if you submit the story right before we go live, we already found the story and we didn't see it because we were prepping for the show.
Yep.
But we do appreciate you putting the story in there, and we do love you. Hey, Mike just came in with 5 of those tier 1 subs. Thank you, Mike.
How dare you gift subs
There at the last moment.
Very nice of you. How dare. We love you very much.
Thank you for helping us paint this wall and for supporting the network. Saige. Oh, we do have something to do, don't we?
We do have something to do.
Saige, please hand me a D4.
Are any of my dice out here? I don't think I have dice out here.
You don't have dice out here?
I think I took them all with me.
I can digitally roll dice. As you know.
All my dice are in my... I put them in my backpack because they told me to bring dice to Smosh the other day, and I brought all of my dice because I was very excited.
That's exciting.
I had 4 people to provide dice for, at least, so I was like, well, I wanted them to have options.
While I'm reinstalling this dice...
You can just roll a d4 on Google.
But I have Sophie's dice, and I love it so much.
Okay.
While I'm re-rolling these dice, I do want to say, if you're wondering what we're rolling for, we asked you to make clips of the show, and I would give away between 1 and 3 Google Stadias to people who made clips. Now, we did find some very good clips.
Yes, we did.
And so we're going to roll and see. Look, if the first person wins 3 Google Stadias, I don't have any more Google Stadias. So let's see what happens.
Okay, so who was the first person you wanted to give it to?
I wanted to give it to the person who made the clip of us just going woo wee woo wee woo
That
woo 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 woo. Yeah. That was my favorite.
We had the dance pulled and the wee woo wee woo woo wee.
Yeah. Somebody we opened the other day with just a bunch of wee woo.
Fucking dare.
With just a bunch of wee woo 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 woos.
Okay.
And so we are going to or did you bring the dance one up? We can do the dance one.
That's not how this works.
Okay.
You want to put them into a randomizer?
No.
Anthony, please.
Just bring up the one of us just going like, I think it's like hard hitting news is what it's called. It definitely has news.
Uh-huh. So many things do.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll work on it. You do something else other.
Okay. We're going to give away Stadias.
Uh-huh.
So, let's see how many Stadias this person wins. I'm rolling a d4. First person only wins 1 Google Stadia.
Okay, so that is Son of Orpheus.
Son of Orpheus, who created the good clip of us going woo 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 woo.
Did you see in chat Orf go, oh no?
You win 1 Google Stadia.
That's
Next,
the correct response.
Next, yeah, now it's your burden and not mine. if Google just keeps sending me Stadias. Next is the clip of the stripper dance from GTA.
Okay. And that will be in here somewhere. I didn't know I was supposed to have these pulled up.
You don't have to. I can find it.
Great.
But I'm also going to roll this D4.
You roll that D4.
And this person won 2 Google Stadias. So I am now out of Google Stadias. Congratulations. That's what it did. To both winners of the Google Stadias.
We have to find the name of who won that.
Oh, actually, I can't look that one up. It's too far back.
Jeebus.
I think the word dance is in it.
You're incorrect.
No?
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 It's like Control F searching on Twitter is not great.
Huh. Yeah, dance like this. There it is. And that is going to be...
That's Lexia.
Lexia.
Okay, so we're going to have to send you Twitter messages to handle this. I'm going to pull these both open. We will shoot you a message. You're getting 2 Google Stadias. Are you here in the chat by any chance?
I'm so sorry to all of you. You have to use Google Stadias now. Listen, here's the thing. It's a nice wired controller for the PC.
It is.
It really is if you need a nice wired controller. And if I still have the Chromecast, one of them came with a Chromecast. I'll throw that in there. I don't know. I may have just thrown away the Chromecast. I don't know. I think it's around.
Oh my god.
But
That's your Google Stadia giveaway.
Congratulations for winning Google Stadias. Don't say we never gave you anything, but do say we never gave you anything worthwhile.
I promise we'll never run a giveaway like this again.
Hey, everybody. That's the show.
We love you. Where else are you going to be?
I am everywhere on the internet at Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. You can also find me Fridays on wehaveconcerns.com for all of your good science news delivered by 2 people who know very little about science, me and Jeff Kanata. It's a science comedy podcast that we do every week, and we really love it. So please join us. Also, Friday nights, I'm here. I'm right back here to play Failed Save. That's our D&D 5e live play show. God, we've got good people on that show. You and me are on that show.
We are.
We're the worst people on the show.
Fair.
We are the worst people on the show. We got Kaylee Bray on the show. We got Xander Jeanre on the show. We got Gina DeVivo on the show. We've got Vince Casso on the show. And a young newcomer, not very known in the D&D world, not very known in the tabletop space, but we think there are good things happening for her in the future.
Abria Iyengar.
Abria Iyengar.
All right, y'all. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. I stream on my channels all the time. Tonight, I'll probably be live with some crafting. Should I be able to get the supplies in time? I'm going to be working on a costume. Not my typical content, but I got to get some crafting done. So we're going to vibe and we're gonna hang out together.
Love that.
You can also find me just in like an hour, just a little over an hour on the Mad Cave Studios channel. I'm going to be talking to an artist from Bountiful Garden. They're going to be doing a live draw. It's going to be very, very fun. Again, if you like those kind of like co-work and vibe kind of streams, that'll be a good time to do so. Watch somebody draw. It'll be awesome.
It'll be great.
You can also find me on Smosh Games, D&D. I'm around. I love you very much. You have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for starting it with us. See you
Bye,
next time.
BBs.
Bye, BBs.